Good morning. Happy Orientation Day. Happy first day back. Give yourselves a round of applause for getting back here. I love it. Welcome to the sophomores in the balcony, the juniors in the back, and the seniors up front. Congratulations on being seniors. I love it. So I hope you're enjoying being back with your advisors and your advisory groups after 3 months of not being together. So welcome to our new students as well, who come from all around the world and just next door. Thank you for joining our SJA community. So this morning I want to talk about chapel and its role in our community and why we believe it's important. Some of you have heard this now a couple of times, but I want to remind us of the expectations for this extremely important venue. So there is chapel etiquette and custom. There are chapel do's and don'ts. The paragraphs on chapel from our student handbook read this way. The practice of daily chapel is one of the academy traditions that helps build that strong band. Gathering each morning and beginning each school day with a common experience creates a connection to our community that inspires us to feel responsibility for it and love for it. Besides the daily check-in with your advisor, chapel offers a chance for all students to learn appropriate behaviors from one another and from adults, and we take seriously your attendance and your active attention here. All students should be in their assigned chapel seats or advisory locations by 8 a.m. If you arrive at school after chapel, you must report to the main office. If you're late or miss chapel, you'll speak with your advisor or your class dean. And if a pattern of lateness or absence develops, you'll speak to the dean of students about further consequences, unquote. Translation, come to chapel, be on time for chapel, and try to get here maybe even a few minutes early at 7:55. Faculty and advisors will be here in Fuller at 7:45 to greet you. When you walk into the doors of Fuller Hall, you should be ready to start your school day by being cell phone free. It should be turned off and put away, so not in your pocket, not in your hand, but stowed in your bag, safe and happy there until the end of the school day or whenever you're done with school activities. Your hat should be off. After you say good morning to your advisor, they'll do a little check on your dress standard status, and if you're not up to it, we'll see if it's possible to fix that right away. If it's not, then after chapel, you'll need to go to the student life office and arrange to get into the right clothes for the day. I have to say, I was thrilled yesterday, and I'm thrilled this morning to see folks dressed according to the new dress standards. I know that that you can all do it, and you're looking fabulous. So at 8 a.m. sharp each morning, Rain, the student body president, and I will come up to the stage. When we step on the stage, we should have your full attention. I'm told this is a long tradition. I'll greet you all, and you will greet me back like you just did. And then I will ask you to please stand with your school community. And if you wish, join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. So I want to start, as I always do, by saying a few words about this particular tradition and remind folks of the adjustment that we made to our invitation last year. So standing together is an affirmation of our unity as a school at the start of every day. I understand that pledging allegiance is not what everyone wants to do. For instance, if you're not American, you might find it very odd to do this. So I want to be clear that you are in no way obligated to recite the Pledge of Allegiance. That is why I focus on standing with the community and invite you, if you wish, to join me in the pledge. You might want to do so as a recognition that, as an idea, America should, and at its best does, stand for the belief that we can always be and do better, and that we have the power to change and grow. It stands for the hope that we can choose how to govern ourselves, and then keep choosing that, so that it continues, in theory, to work. Right now and continually, perhaps particularly because it is imperfectly realized, both of these ideas are urgent and in need of our protection. So I'm proud that we're an American school, after all, founded by people, the Fairbankses, who themselves embodied a spirit of invention and upward mobility, and also the contradictions that independence and change create. America should be more like St. Johnsbury Academy, plural, inclusive of all, welcoming to all, eager to hear all voices and to grow in wisdom, eager to be better and better. In other words, it should be an expression of deep and unshakable optimism and a bulwark of courage. Courage is our theme for the year, so I'm going to talk a lot more about it as we go on. But I don't believe in making people state a belief in something unless they believe it or wish to. So standing, if you can, is a sign of respect for the people around you and for our school, and I believe that standing together has power both actually and symbolically as a way to start the day. So after the pledge, Rain will read our daily announcements, including sharing whose birthday it is and what's going on around campus. I will then either deliver a message myself or hand the podium or stage over to another member or members of the community or guest to contribute, whether in a message or a concert or a live act of some kind, and then I'll retake the podium to close. I will say faculty, which means the faculty can leave and get to their classrooms before you do. And then I'll dismiss the seniors, the juniors, and sophomores in turn, and we will go about our days. So today you're going to have shorter versions of your classes and also class meetings. You've received your schedule before chapel. If you have not received your schedule before chapel, your schedule will have been brought to the main office. So if you don't have your schedule yet, go to the main office and you can pick it up there. So hopefully those of you who have your schedule will know where to go. At the end of the day, you'll head to the Club and Activity Fair, which will be on Stowe Green. We're calling it Topperfest from 12:30 to 1:30. If the weather holds, we'll be on Stowe Green. If not, we'll be in the field house. This will have an added element of festivity. There'll be games and treats and sidewalk chalk and all kinds of good things, so please enjoy that. So we're going to talk a lot this year about what it means to be courageous. I told new students yesterday that it takes courage to care about things and to show that you care about things, and that kind of courage is a quality that we admire. At St. Johnsbury Academy, we're not too cool to care. Get excited about what we're doing and show that excitement even though it might take some confidence that you don't feel yet. You'll know if you've been here before that we care about really seeing each other, about keeping our heads up, paying attention to one another, and respecting what each person brings to our community. We care about listening to each other, really listening. And you should know that there are things that we don't tolerate in our school's community, things that we name, that we need to name, so we can be clear about how unacceptable they are. We don't tolerate racism. We don't tolerate homophobia or sexism or anti-Semitism or any hateful speech that is meant to make anyone afraid or even to feel less than fully welcome in our school. It takes courage to stand against these things and to protect the people in our community who are harmed by them. So I want you to know that when you stand up for each other, we will have your back. We'll talk more about what it means to stand up for each other, for us to be part of that upstanding as we move into our year together. In the meantime, I am thrilled that we are back together again, and I hope that you all have a wonderful orientation day. So remember that tomorrow morning you'll meet your advisors in your advisory locations, so our next gathering for chapel will be Thursday morning. And if I don't see you around campus and at Topperfest today, we'll see you back here ready to go and ready for a brand new year. Welcome back, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Faculty.